All right, welcome back to the Super Fantasy Bros podcast. With only 10 days before the first NFL game of the season, we're doing a mock draft tonight with some of our viewers and some of our league mates from home as well. So this upcoming weekend is obviously the biggest redraft league weekend of the season. So in preparation, we're doing a mock draft just to show you guys how we draft and give a little bit of insight on the picks we make and why we make them, why we're taking these guys. But before we get started on this mock draft, let's jump into some fantasy news.
Ooh.
So I'm sure everyone knows at this point, but on Saturday, J.K. Dobbins went down with a torn ACL and his season is over. Absolute bad John.
Bad John, dude.
Bad John.
GG.
Heartbreaking.
Definitely a heartbreaker. Where does this move Gus Edwards in your ranks? What do you consider him at this point?
He's still like in a low end RB2, I think. Because
Definitely gave him a good boost, though.
Yeah, but the other concerns that we had for Dobbins, I have for Gus Edwards, and Gus Edwards isn't as talented, so I'm not going to bounce him up that high.
I might sound crazy, but I kind of think it boosted Lamar.
I was going to say, I was about to ask that. That was my next question. I was going to say, does this boost Lamar? You think he's going to run more?
Big time.
Yeah.
Big time.
He was still going to be the leading rusher on this team, I think, regardless of who the running back was.
Yeah, I had Lamar at 4 already, so I think that just solidifies where I'm going to keep him. So I was already high on Lamar, but I do think without J.K. Dobbins, there's going to be a little bit more carries for him. I do think Gus Edwards might actually get more volume than J.K. Dobbins was going to, just because the guy behind him isn't anywhere near on the talent level that Gus Edwards is at, compared as he was the second to J.K. Dobbins. So yeah, it hurts for Dobbins. I had Dobbins at 14. I probably putting Gus Edwards around 20, a little bit lower, but he still definitely has that mid RB2 upside. Next piece of fantasy news here. T.Y. Hilton is also going to miss some time with a neck injury. T-Gods, that's your boy. It's a viable flex last year down the stretch. Unfortunate loss for the Colts and fantasy players. Does this upgrade Michael Pittman or Paris Campbell at all for you guys? And do either of them crack your top 40?
Michael Pittman has top 40 potential for sure. Now, I think he did before, but maybe top 35 now.
You had to add that 5 right on the end of that.
Yeah, he had a little hiccup there. He wasn't too sure.
Yeah, I think it moves them up a little bit. I think obviously they have a little bit of a higher ceiling rather than having 3 mouths to feed now too. Pascal will obviously now be involved, but I don't think he's anywhere near as much of a target threat as T.Y. Hilton was. So definitely like Pittman. We already know I love Paris Campbell, but can't move him up that much. Still need him to stay on the field
man.
before I can even trust him with any little bit of my being.
Being?
Yeah, being. My being. My human being.
I thought what you were calling your head, your
being.
being.
Yeah, my being. All right. Last piece of fantasy news before we get into this mock draft. Irv Smith Jr., my guy, goes down with a torn meniscus. He'll be out indefinitely. I don't think he's necessarily ruled out for the season just yet. But does this change any rankings for the Vikings for you guys?
No.
No, sorry, Sean.
Not really. Yeah.
I think if anything, it might boost just the more opportunities for Thielen and Justin Jefferson, but I don't think it's enough to move them up anymore, significant spots or anything like that. Maybe a spot or 2 for Thielen now that I feel like he's not going to have as much of a threat in the red zone specifically. Irv Smith was a big target that was going to kind of play that Kyle Rudolph role. Now that Kyle Rudolph's gone, now Thielen might still be that number 1 red zone threat like he was in the past. How many touchdowns did he have last year? 12 or something? Yeah, 14. Crazy amount of touchdowns. So I think that upside's right back now because obviously Irv Smith is gone. But they do still have some tight ends, obviously. There's some guys that you probably never heard of: Tyler Conklin, Brandon Dillon. They also drafted a 5th round rookie, Zach Davidson. Could you see any of these guys emerging as fantasy relevant?
I bet they're all going to be like Kyle Rudolph guys where they score, but you're never starting them in fantasy. Even though Kyle Rudolph was startable, but you never started him the right week.
Yeah, especially over the last few years with Kyle Rudolph. It was like throwing a dart trying to know when to start him.
Know.
Yeah, exactly. But no, Tyler Conklin's the guy that's first in line probably for opportunities. But I don't think any of them are really built like pass catchers. So obviously lack a lot of upside that Irv Smith had. So yeah, I would definitely just avoid tight ends as a whole for this team. I think it just sticks now to 2 wide receivers, Dalvin Cook and Kirk Cousins. If you're looking for a QB2.
Kirk Cousins, dude.
All right.
Kirk isn't bad.
All right.
I think it's time to get into this mock draft here. But right before we start, don't forget about today's sponsor, the Thrive Fantasy app for iOS and Android. Thrive Fantasy app is a daily fantasy sports app for player props and sports betting. If you download the Thrive Fantasy app today, use our promo code SUPERFB. That is SUPERFB. You deposit $20 or more, you will receive an instant $50 bonus.
Ooh.
Get 50 on top of that 20. You got $70 on the Thrive Fantasy app. Go check it out. Football season, like I said, 10 days away.
Oh, baby.
Download the app, check it out, see if it's something you're going to use for the football season. All right. Let's get into the mock draft. Let's start it up. So we all are going to partake in this mock draft. We have T-Gods at 1-1 overall. So he's going to be going first. And then we got Matt at 1-4.
T-Gods. Well,
what?
after Sean goes, I want to ask you a question before you make this pick.
I'm at 1-7 and Q is at 1-11. So we're all kind of spread out here. A lot of our other league mates from home and whatnot are also in this mock draft. So they definitely have some experience. So this is going to be a pretty good mock. Let's get right into it. Q, go ahead.
All
what
right,
do you got to ask
so
you guys?
actually, it's for all of you. Is there a reason at all to take someone other than a running back first overall?
Super flex.
Yeah.
Okay. Well,
I didn't even think of that.
In a redraft, is there a reason to take another position besides running back?
If you think they're going to score more points.
If you are very confident that you're going to draft the QB1 and they're going to be like Peyton Manning level MVP, I think that's the only way. And I don't think you can guarantee that. Last year we saw the top 10 quarterbacks were 60 points apart. So
I'm going to take McCaffrey real quick.
Yeah.
Okay.
Do it up.
You're first overall. This is up.
Oh, Dow right
He
next.
took my guy.
I'm surprised you didn't take D-Hen. Gator loves
D-Hen's
him.
going right here. Guarantee it.
Guarantee it, huh?
Guarantee it.
Or it's going to be Kamara. Yeah, there you go.
Oh, now I'm left with this dreaded decision.
Yeah,
What
the fourth pick
hell?
is a little bit tough. You're obviously still going to get a stud running back, but Matt, what are you thinking here? Who are you torn between?
The top 2 guys there. I mean, I love Derrick Henry. He's the best pure rusher, like I said in the last podcast. But Saquon gives that receiving ability.
Which we also talked about in the last podcast. That he could
very
finish
true.
RB1 if healthy, because he has.
So, I mean, it's PPR. Got to go with that receiving upside. I was very high on Saquon in our running backs episode, so got to stay true.
You're not worried about the injury?
He'll be all right.
Okay.
Apparently his
right.
quads look bigger than they did last year. That's what
No
I'm hearing.
way. Dude.
Hopefully
I
they're
heard
not
that.
just swollen.
They're going to explode.
Hopefully they're not swollen.
Look, Kev, a little upset that you took Saquon in the
Yeah.
chat here.
I don't have,
ended
should
up
I,
going
should
Derrick
I have
Henry.
chat open?
If you want
Wow,
to.
what do you say?
It's a little risky in
He
there.
said
but-
screw you, Matt.
We'll leave it open. That's all right.
Yeah, leave it open. Leave it open.
Sorry, little Kev. Needed them.
Yeah.
All right. Zeke, I could have guessed they've taken that.
That's pretty
Yeah.
good.
Yeah. I mean, at that point, I think Zeke's probably the best available. Maybe I think I have him I think I would rather take Eckler there personally. But Zeke is my next guy right after that. So really can't go wrong either way.
Well shown.
I'm on the clock. I didn't even realize. All right. So who am I going to take here? Like I just mentioned, Eckler was the guy I wanted to take before. So I put my money where my mouth is.
son.
Oh,
Oh,
I
not
like
even-
that.
There it is. That's a good pick.
I like that so much.
It's better than Joe Mixon.
Hey, I didn't take Joe Mixon, guys. Come on.
When
You
do you
gotta
think
applaud
Sean
that.
is maturing.
How
Let him
long
fall
do you
back
think
to me in
he'll
the second, though?
Do you think he'll fall back to the third though?
No
Hell
way.
no.
Not at 3-7, maybe early third.
Ooh,
I've heard some leagues taking like Mixon fall into like the 4th or the 5th. People are not high on Mixon this year, aside from this guy right here.
And Chubb
Oh,
is
Devontae.
falling.
Travis Kelsey 1.8. Devontae
Kelsey,
Adams
1.8.
1.9.
Wow.
Yeah, I think that makes a lot of sense. I mean, Devontae Adams at that point, that's kind of what we talked about on our wide receiver episode. When you're looking at wide receivers, it's around that 8 to 10 range where you start to consider, like, should I just take that dominant number 1 wide receiver?
You know you can wait a little bit before you make your pick, so you
You're
can
right.
like talk about it.
All right, I'll just talk about it when I come back around. Oh, I see. I was thinking it was Jonathan Taylor or Aaron Jones, but Aaron Jones.
You love Aaron Jones.
I like Aaron Jones. I would have
Q's a
taken
big
him
Aaron
over
Jones
Jonathan
guy.
Taylor.
I think I have Taylor a little higher, but I think we're splitting hairs between those guys. Aaron Jones was top 5 last year, right?
Najee at the 2-1.
Yeah, he was.
Yeah.
Najee at the 2-1.
Wow.
His ADP is RB11, I think. Go ahead.
So I'm going to take my other guy who I believe has the best potential of finishing #1 wide receiver due to the fact that doesn't have much competition compared
Tyreek
to
Hill?
Tyreek. No.
No, he's easily taking digs.
I know.
Easily
I was
taking
playing.
digs.
I was just messing. I knew Q was
You're-
taking digs. He
you're a
talked about him all
goofball.
off season on the pod. He's got to put his money where his mouth is. Stephon Diggs. Q
Oh my
thinks he's
God,
gonna
Joe
be
Oh,
Mixon.
there
#1.
goes Joe
Mixon. Sean got
Mixon.
Richie's a big mixing guy.
sniped.
Richie's a big
He
mixing guy.
is. I don't understand you guys.
Ew.
That's a good pick. That's a great pick by
That's-
Richie
that's
right
a-
there. That's a nice RB1 to have with Devontae Adams.
I'd easily rather have Gibson.
It's close for me with those two. I have Mixon 10, Gibson 12 in my ranks.
Would you
but
would you have taken Mixon right there?
What, right here?
Yeah.
Right now?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, 100%. I would have definitely taken Mixon right here. Now I'm kind of in a tough pickle. Where do I go with a second running back, or do I take an elite wide receiver? But you guys have flamed me for this in the past, so I cannot make the same mistake again. DeAndre Hopkins is on the board. You draft DeAndre Hopkins.
Oh, yes.
You son of a gun. I knew there was no way he was falling to me, but
Actually,
was-
if Mixon was there, I probably still would have taken DeAndre Hopkins over it. So
No way! I don't believe you.
I
don't
will
told
believe
you.
applaud that.
I said that.
will
I said
applaud
that earlier in the offseason. I've matured. DeAndre Hopkins.
Mixon over D-Hop.
D-Hop could be the wide receiver 1 for me this year. So I think that's worth the pick. Ooh, AJ Brown. That's a little bit early here with Calvin Ridley, Metcalf still on the board.
Ooh.
But
I
I,
don't know.
like it. I
don't know if
respect
that's
it.
early.
Well, do you have Calvin Ridley or AJ Brown ranked higher?
Oh my God. I didn't even realize that Calvin Ridley has not been picked yet. Okay, that is early then.
Calvin Ridley's still there. Justin Jefferson, Keenan Allen, Metcalf was still available. You went AJ Brown. I respect it. AJ
Cass
Brown
is
is
going to take.
still got the
I
upside.
don't know.
Cass is going to take
I
Devontae.
think Cass is going to take Ridley. If
Nah, he's
He better.
Because
Matt's probably about to take him, isn't he?
all right.
Yes, I am.
Yeah, at that point, dude.
Best
Calvin
wide
Ridley-
receiver on the board, most volume guaranteed. I mean, the only competition really there is a rookie tight end. I don't know. Calvin Ridley's going to be force fed. He's going to have at least like 10 targets a game.
And I'm interested to see what T-Gods does to see if we all kind of do the exact same strategy here so far.
I don't know. I want to.
All right, wide receivers have been flying. Do you continue the trend? Switch it up?
I kind of wish I had taken a running back at my pick.
I don't love any of the running backs right now. Like it.
Edwards
Clyde
Helaire,
maybe,
Swift.
but
Yeah. You might be able to get another one on the turn, but it's a long wait at
it's
1-1.
a long wait.
Sometimes you got to reach.
I know. All right. It's so hard because it's like, if I wait and come back, I'm gonna be stuck with like, no, I can't even say I'm gonna be stuck with, because like if it's like James Robinson or Gaskin, I wouldn't
James
be
Robinson's
mad.
still there, yeah. I don't think he'll fall back to 412 though.
I don't think he will
Definitely
either.
not.
But
No
Because Matt's
way.
going to be back around.
but I'm not like I'm not taking him right now. So I think the definite pick is this guy, Darren Waller.
Can't go wrong.
Can't go wrong with him. I think I need to
Can't
lock
go
up my
wrong.
tight end
Yeah.
and
Got 2 of the top guys at the position right there. 1-1 and 212.
I'm sure his ADP is 3rd round, isn't it?
Waller.
Who, Waller?
Yeah.
It's like right early 3rd,
So like you're not
I believe.
reaching.
I can let you know right now.
I'm gonna
Darren Waller's
take
ADP is actually 22. So it's
Ah!
actually 2nd round.
Allen Robinson.
A-Rod.
A-Rob.
It's a good pick.
It's a good pick.
I think he has
Solid
more
wide receiver
value
1.
than Clyde Edwards-Helaire.
A-Rod
What are the
over.
odds that Gator takes Mahomes?
I'm surprised you didn't
100%.
go CD Lamb, T-Gods. That's your guy.
I really wanted CeeDee Lamb, but
Felt a little
I don't.
early.
I don't think. Yeah, I don't think he's gonna do better than A-Rob. I think A-Rob finishes better.
Yeah, I would agree with that too. Allen
A-Rob's
Robinson,
clear #1.
yeah,
Clear #1.
clear as day, #1.
Who cares who the quarterback is?
It
Yeah, even
literally
with Andy
doesn't
Dalton,
matter.
he's still going to get points. A-Rob's best quarterback in his career is like Nick
Kittle.
Foles.
Yeah.
He's played with Blake
Kittle.
Bortles, like just any bowls.
Bortles.
Yeah, Kittle there makes 100% sense. Gator has a pretty solid team right now. Dalvin Cook,
Gator's
Keenan
gonna
Allen, and Kittle.
snipe me for my running back.
Yeah, he is. He needs a running back. All right, Cass on the clock here has a running back and a wide receiver. Does he continue the trend of tight ends, or is it way too early to grab tight end
Clyde
for?
gone.
Clyde gone.
All right, Matt, what are you thinking on the clock?
I just want to Gators chat. His options were Clyde Edwards-Helaire or Josh Jacobs, and I'd like to see his ranks.
Ooh, Josh Jacobs feels a little early compared to Clyde Edwards-Helaire. I think he made the right decision.
Definitely made the right decision, but that's a weird set of options to have.
Yeah.
All right. So right here, I feel like I got to lock up my RB2 because wide receiver is so deep this year. And who better to do it than with my guy?
I knew you were doing that. If James Robinson fell to you there, I was 100% sure you were taking him.
Needed that. The volume's going to be there tremendously. I'm not too worried about Carlos Hyde taking a whole lot of touches away. I mean, he's still going to have an impact, but James Robinson should be a solid floor RB2 for sure.
And Mahomes goes off the board, middle of round 3.
It was between him or Mahomes, and I was like, you know what? Quarterbacks, they come a dime a dozen. I need to lock up that running back.
Yeah, and that's way later than Mahomes' current ADP of 18. So,
Go
ahead, Q.
We talk about Carlos Hyde, but Ozigbo yesterday, or what day was Saturday when they played the Cowboys, he looked good.
Yeah.
I mean, it was who cares? I mean, he could have been against like third stringers, but
At this point, I'm kind of torn between grabbing DeAndre Swift, still sitting there looking extra scrumptious for my RB2, or Terry McLaurin, who I like a lot this year, as we talked about on the wide receiver episode. He's my wide receiver 8 right now as my wide receiver 2, but I think I'm going to go Swift. Wide receiver's a deeper position, and I don't want to risk what running back ends up coming back to me in round 4. So I'm going to take DeAndre Swift. Even with the injury risk, he is a little banged up right now. I still like him a lot this year. I think in the 2 drafts I've done thus far, I ended up with DeAndre Swift in both of them. He just keeps falling to me. I like him a lot this year.
It's meant to be.
It's meant to be.
You guys are soulmates.
I'm high on Swift this year. Shifty Swifty. All right. So at this point, it looks like me and Matt have the exact same strategy. Running back, wide receiver, running back. T-God's got the tight end there. When the tight end's available, you got to take them at the elite tight ends. Q, what do you think for your third pick here?
I'm getting left with the bottom of the barrel running backs, even though it's only the 3rd round. I feel everyone's just like it's like a grab bag after the first.
I would
10.
say that there's one solid RB2 still there. 2, 3. There's 3, maybe 4.
Could you
Now
guess
there's
the one
only
that
2.
I'm gonna take?
He plays for the Miami Dolphins.
Yeah, you're right. I thought he was just taken. That whole thing was screwed up.
Nah, Booby was taken.
Wrong Miles.
Would you have taken Miles Sanders if he was there?
No, he's 2 bugs. I mean,
Wow.
I think-
Ooh.
I
think
take Sanders
Gaskin-
over Gaskin.
Gaskin
would
has
too.
a safer floor, I think. So yeah, I'm
Interesting.
gonna take
They're
Gaskin.
going with the 3-headed monster approach.
Yeah, and the Eagles are going with the 10-headed monster at running back.
Very true. The Eagles definitely could have a big committee back there.
Terry
Alright.
fell.
Yeah.
Terry fell.
I was very torn between Terry and Swift, as I said. Terry's a good pick at 3-8 or 3-9,
Great
no doubt.
pick. Are you serious?
Dude, look, Terry McLaurin is your wide receiver 2 with Devontae Adams. You could not go
Yeah,
wrong.
how-
Richie's
how?
team is looking pretty solid.
Yeah, but his RB1's Joe Mixon.
That's
That's
good for me,
true.
baby. I love it. If I
Team's
had
a
Richie's
wash.
team right now, I'd be a happy man.
You would. You'd be happy as a Clay.
Nah, I also like my team though. I love Eckler where I got him at 1-7. I would take him at 1-5. So it kind of fell to me in my own rankings. DeAndre Hopkins at 2-6 is always solid, and Swift coming back to me in the 3rd. Cannot go wrong.
Can't go wrong. I love my
Godwin.
guys solely based on volume. My
Chris
team is very
Godwin.
I think that's a
voluminous.
little too high for Chris Godwin.
No, don't say that to Vince.
He took Josh Allen.
Vince is very high on Chris Godwin this year.
He loves him.
Yeah, he does. Josh Allen just went.
Yep.
I think that's about all right for his ADP too. 4-1.
So I have these guys next to each other in my rankings, and I think this wide receiver is just a little safer because his other teammate is still sort of unproven. I think he's going to be a star, but not better than himself. Taking Amari
Amari
Cooper.
Do
It's a
like
good
Amari
pick right
Cooper.
there.
Kyler Murray goes right next at 4-3. Josh Allen and Kyler Murray, obviously the clear next two in that tier that we talked about. Definitely like both of them going where they're at. Josh Allen's ADP is actually
Julio.
29. All right, so now I'm on the clock again here. I already have 2 running backs, so I'm definitely looking to fill that wide receiver 2 slot.
There's some juicy ones.
There are some
There
juicy
is.
ones.
Of course
It's,
there are.
it's a tough decision here. I think the highest person I have ranked here would probably be Mike Evans.
Yeah.
And I think that's the safest pick here. I also really like CD Lamb. I think I'm going to go Mike Evans. I'm just going to go chalk here. That's who I have highest ranked. Can't go wrong with him. It's wide receiver 2.
No, you cannot.
1,000 yards every year, at least 5 touchdowns.
Red
Upside to
zone
get 12.
monster.
Yeah, Mike Evans.
I like that. I'm curious what Dape's gonna do here. I have a feeling I know who he's gonna take.
CD, I could
My boy.
You guys was hoping he was going to slide back
There's
down.
no. I knew he wouldn't. There's no way.
He got a
Definitely.
little close.
I was
He's not
taking him
slide.
if-
Yeah.
He teased you a little bit.
And Cass wouldn't let him go either.
I don't know. Oh, I was about to say
Josh
someone's going to
Jacobs.
take Josh Jacobs sooner
Thank
or later.
goodness it wasn't me.
At least I guess it's like a
Yeah.
fair spot for him to go, but I'm
Mm.
just still so low on him.
Yeah, I think we all are as a whole.
He
on
was
this
best
podcast.
available, I guess, rankings wise.
Yeah, I mean, his ADP is actually RB 18, 36 overall. So he's actually going like right at the end of round 3.
So I guess this whole draft is low on him. And
Yeah.
They hear us.
Yeah, he's all the way almost at 4.8. So 4.8 is lower than his ADP, but I'm still not high on Josh Jacobs this year. Just nervous with Kenyon Drake. Paid him a lot of money to be there. Matt, what are you thinking here at this point?
This is tough. I'm torn between 2 receivers. It's between Cooper Kupp and Adam Thielen for me right now.
Ooh.
Just talked about Adam Thielen at the beginning of this episode. No Irv
Yes, we
Smith.
did. I know, but
Love Cooper Cup too, though.
gotta go with the QB
Ooh.
upgrade.
Yeah,
baby.
I like Cooper Kupp with Matthew Stafford there. I think that
100%
offense
agree.
is going to be very efficient, and I just love Kupp and Woods. I think they are a very slept-on wide receiver duo in this league.
Very true.
So Irv Smith, he's just out indefinitely. They don't even know what's wrong.
No, he tore his meniscus, so that he had to get surgery to repair it.
Isn't that what Embiid had?
Yeah. But Embiid was, I think, playing just through it. I don't know if he got the surgery right away or not.
Built different. I don't even think he got it.
Embiid's also built different. Yes, exactly. But I assume he's got to go through surgery. Meniscus isn't as long as ACL, so I think indefinitely is just like they don't know the timetable just yet to say that he's fully out for the season.
Matt, I would like to say
Right.
thank you for letting him slide down here.
You were getting one or the other. I think you would have been happy with Cup
I
too.
was getting one or the other, and
Might need a running back.
I'm getting a running back here.
I see you're one guy.
I know who he's taking.
I know who he's taking.
It's who I want to take, and that's who I'm going to take. I'm taking Kareem Hunt.
Kareem
Yeah.
Hunt. We knew it. He's been piping him up all off season.
Don't sleep on Kareem. I'm telling you.
Yeah, Kareem is a solid pick there as your RB2. Definitely a little bit risky as an RB2 just because inconsistent play. But
Yeah, but in the fifth,
of the
I'll
guys
take him in
there,
the fifth.
yeah, of the guys there, he was definitely one of the best available. Love to see it. Matt, who are you hoping falls back to you at this point right here? What are you thinking?
Right here, I'm kind of hoping that I see Kyle Pitts,
Ooh,
but I
Pitts over
don't.
Andrews?
I don't know if I want to have 2 Atlanta pass catchers. So I'm looking around. I like Deontay Johnson, but I kind of want to go Gus Edwards. So I'm
Ooh,
hoping
Gus
Gus.
Bus.
I'm hoping Gus Bus falls, and I have him as a nice solid RB3.
Yeah, I would not be shocked if Cass here takes Mark Andrews to stack with Lamar Jackson.
That is a solid stack.
A very
You-
solid stack, especially in rounds 4 and 5. It's like the poor man version of Mahomes and Kelsey that you can get at a way cheaper price that could also produce at that same level. Maybe not Andrews, but we've seen Lamar Jackson produce at the Mahomes level. Yeah, and now at this point, I also am thinking tight end, Matt. At this point in round 5, I have 2 running backs, I have 2 wide receivers. If one of those guys is there, I might pull the trigger on that position.
Very true.
Cass is thinking hard on this pick right now.
I bet he's looking at those Bengals receivers over there.
He's got to be looking at something because he is thinking he might get this auto pick.
Hopefully it's his phone that he's looking at.
Yeah, I mean, he says it's here. He does have the little green dot, so we know he's hopefully in attendance.
Thinking very hard. He's doing his
should be,
last minute research.
Like, I don't think it's even a question that you get Mark Andrews here.
Yeah, especially with Lamar, man. That's what I would be. That's exactly what I would do at this
I
situation.
feel like he takes Pitts over Andrews. But he does have Lamar, so that wouldn't make sense. I mean, it would, but.
Come on, Cass, like this, dude.
Yeah,
It's all right.
it's okay. It happens
Be
sometimes.
like that sometimes.
He's gonna get the auto pick.
Pick is in.
Time's up.
Auto picked Kyle Pitts. Matt is very
even bad.
upset right now.
Well, whatever. Now I just have to take the next best guy in line because I do have to lock up that tight end position.
All right, I like it.
I would have
go
taken
bottom
Hawkinson.
Can't go bottom of the barrel. I mean,
Q's big on Hawk this year.
yeah, I don't know why his Jared Goff throwing to him. I mean, the volume's going to be there, but if your quarterback's butt cheeks, it's going to be hard to catch the balls that are thrown to you. So I just trust Mark Andrews with Lamar a lot more than I trust Hawk with Goff.
And Hawk goes right before I get the pick. So now I don't think I'm in that tight end range. So now I got to rethink my strategy. Who do I want to have as my flex option? At this point, looking at the running backs, I don't think any of them are very great as my flex. But actually, with J.K. Dobbins out, I think I'm going to go Gus Edwards here.
Ooh.
The volume's going to be there.
I like it.
It was between a tight end and Gus for me. I was like, I got to go high on the tight end.
The volume's going to be there for Gus. So I definitely like him in the 5th round. After guys like Mike Davis being drafted, Jamar Chase, guys with a lot of risk, Gus Edwards is going to have solid volume.
You're getting some recoil in the chat.
It's
Yeah.
all right. They were all hating on me when I took Darren Waller.
It's all right. We can let him hate. Gus is going to be solid as a low-end RB2. Obviously, I don't think he has the same talent level as J.K. Dobbins. That's why J.K. Dobbins had the starting job. But Gus Edwards, there have been people all offseason looking to say that like he should be one to get traded, get that opportunity.
Bro, they are roasting you.
Yeah, right.
That's crazy. I don't know why they're asleep on Gus
They
Edwards.
must not know JK got hurt.
They
Yeah,
must. They must be sleeping.
That's a good pick, Sean.
Thanks. I appreciate it, boys. I think we'll leave it to the Super Fantasy Bros to make that
Yeah.
call.
Yeah.
That's why you listen to us.
Listen to us and not the chat. Chat's always full of trolls.
I mean,
All right, Q,
I
what are
would,
you hoping falls to you here?
God, it's gonna be a receiver because I want to flex. Who was just taking Tyler? Oh my
Wait,
God,
you're not taking your quarterback?
no. There's
That's
two.
your boy.
Jay Herbo.
I know, but I have 2 quarterbacks, and one I can get much later.
Okay. All right. I respect it.
But I'm gonna take the risk on Brick Hands here and Deontay Johnson. I think he's the best receiver out of the 3, and obviously had the most volume last year. I don't know if it keeps up now that they have a respectable running back. But yeah.
I don't hate that pick. I think we've all, during this draft, been pretty honest about our draft strategy throughout the season, just looking at it.
come on, Vince.
We've all got best available guys. We all said we like to wait on quarterbacks, and that's what we've done. No one's taking a quarterback just yet. If the elite tight ends are there, we take them. T-God's getting Darren Waller, Matt getting Mark Andrews. Q,
Sean
what are you
getting
thinking at this
fucked.
point? Yeah,
Oh.
I got screwed for a tight end right there, but that's okay. That happens.
I
Gotta
think
go with the flow.
I'm just gonna do it and take him.
Jay Herbo.
There it is.
There it is.
Top three quarterback finish this year.
That's hot as hell.
That is
So hot.
baby.
Top 3?
Number 3.
There goes
Number
Devonta.
3? I don't know, man. I can't see him finishing
Oh
over
my
Kyler.
5
goodness.
ceiling. Number 5.
And when we
There
did
goes
the
Dak. You guys.
AFC West,
Come on, let a quarterback
No.
fall to me. I need one.
Oh, do you
Take,
think of Dak? He doesn't even
Rodgers.
have a Cowboy.
Hey,
All right,
chill, man.
I'm on deck here, and I was going to take Rodgers, but Rodgers just got sniped again.
Oh,
I'm
wow.
getting sniped left and right.
Are you sure we're not live on Twitch right now?
People are listening somehow.
Bart is scum.
We will be live on Twitch. This is a pre-recording, just so everyone's not confused while this is live tomorrow. And Q said, are we live on Twitch right now? Looking at my team at this point, I definitely need a third wide receiver in my flex option. This is a tough pick for me. There's a lot of good flex option wide receivers here. I think I'm just going to go with the most upside with a little bit of risk since I already have Gus as a flex option. So I'm going to take Kenny Galladay. I think he can still be a top 25 option if he's healthy.
You got a risky ass team, dude.
Yeah.
Who else
Yeah,
is
he
risky?
does.
I guess Swift's a little hurt, banged up
Swift.
right now.
Gus,
Gus ain't that risky. He's
I like
going to be
Gus.
the top.
Gus was
running back there.
solid last year.
Mike
Even
Evans,
with JK.
is he gonna have a 2-catch, 2-yard, 2-touchdown game or?
Yeah, he is. That's the Mike Evans I like to see. That's 12 points right there. 14
14
actually.
points.
Yeah, 14.2.
Silly goose.
And there goes
All
Goddard.
right.
Goddard a little early with Ertz still in Philly. But at this point, he's probably one of the best tight ends left.
Who would I have taken ahead of him? I guess he would be next because Logan Thomas.
I do like
Next.
Logan Thomas, actually. I've moved him up my ranks since their tight end episode.
Yeah,
If-
moved him up, moved Fant down.
Exactly. Yeah, I'm in that same boat. I do have Goddard and Tunyon ahead of him still. But I would still probably wait another round or so on tight end. All right, we're continuing the draft here. Matt, you're on the clock. Been on the clock for 40 seconds. You must be thinking hard.
I am thinking, and I am gonna lock up my QB here. Russell Wilson.
Russ.
Bada bang, bada bang. Can't go wrong with Russ.
Can't
Auto
go wrong with
MT in
Russ.
the 6th.
Yeah, auto pick did him dirty.
Oh my God, he's still not back. All right, let's send him a message. I'll send him a quick DM.
Hey, sir, get the hell in here.
Exactly.
I was gonna go with the Matt Stafford Cooper Cup stack, but I was like, I don't want to risk the stack and then miss out on Russell Wilson because I mean that rushing ability is still there.
Yeah, and their defense isn't good, so he'll be throwing a lot.
Sure, and he's got good receivers there to throw to.
Imagine this strategy. First round, you just take the 3 best quarterbacks and you could just sell them for something.
Yeah, but then the whole rest of your team is doo-doo.
If you took Mahomes,
Gat.
Mahomes, Murray, and Josh Allen, make your wide receiver 1 like CD Lamb. I don't know. You just wouldn't have. You would just have to trade all of them pretty much for.
Trade Mahomes in a package deal for like D-Hop.
Yeah.
I
I guess
hate
you
could've-
Hater.
You could have just taken
Saquon
D-Hop.
or someone.
Hater
Yeah.
just
All right.
sniped me for Juju.
Wow.
Imagine getting sniped for Juju. That's pain right there.
But like, I don't want to take Odell. I really don't.
He's gonna be good this year. This is his year.
This
It's
is his
not.
year.
It's
His year
not
was like
his
4 years
year.
ago. Actually, probably at this point, he's one of the best left. I'd probably be picking between
I
him
know.
and Debo, and we know T-Gods hates Debo. So
I
that's not
don't like
happening.
Debo. Debo's not going to play more than like 4 games.
Oh my god.
I hate to say it. I don't like. All right. I mean, I have to lock in Odell there. Like,
The double
You have to.
Browns.
So
I like it. You got the Browns offense right there.
Wow.
Well,
I
half
feel like
of it.
you feel like you picked Kareem Hunt so long ago.
I did.
know. You had to wait a long time to come back to you.
Oh my God,
1-1
you
is
did.
tough.
All right. I don't
He's
even
thinking.
know, dude. I am thinking. Like,
don't snipe me.
3 wide receivers, 2 running backs.
you know
tight
what?
end.
You know what? I said this man's gonna ball out, and I know he's going to. I'm taking Brady.
50 touchdown
Bro,
Brady.
he's gonna
50
have. He's
touchdown
gonna
Brady.
go crazy.
Oh,
Best season of his
man.
career at
Career is
age
coming to a-
49,000.
Bro, he's just gonna slang that thing, dude. He knows the end of his career is coming. He's gonna go out there and have
Yeah.
fun.
Start launching it.
And his wide receivers are definitely better than his running back options. So
Not even close.
Yeah. Yeah, at this point, Matt, who are you hoping falls to you? What are you looking to target? You got
Looking
2
at
running backs, 2 wide
target.
receivers.
my RB3. I'm hoping I can get Chase Edmonds. I like him a lot this year. I don't think James Conner's really going to be much of a impact on his volume. I mean, clearly it's going to take a little bit of a hit, but nothing crazy. And he's still going to be the pass catching back. So he's the RB1 and the pass catching back. So I really only think they bring Conner in to give Edmonds a little breather here or there.
Yeah, maybe like a third down guy.
Yeah.
Third and short type thing.
Third
I
and
don't know.
short. Maybe take a couple goal line touches away, which could hurt, but you'll live with that.
Yeah, I do like Chase Edmonds a lot this year too, Matt. I would agree with you. I was hoping you didn't say that, and somehow he fell back to me. But you said it, so I respect it.
Sorry, sir. I don't even know if he's going to fall to me.
He might get autoed by Cass.
Yeah, I know. So hopefully, well, no, because
Oh, Mostert.
Oh, who is this auto robot? He sucks.
let's go. Give me Edmonds.
All right, Edmonds falls to Matt. Now at this point,
Lovely.
I'm kind of in a tough spot trying to think about running backs. But I do already have Gus Edwards as my third. So I think I'm going to grab another wide receiver to help with off-put some of the nerves I have about Kenny Galladay. So let's see who I would take. Debo's there, but man, that's just another injury risk. I think I have to go a little bit safer than Debo.
Oh, come on, Sean. What happened?
No,
What
I know.
happened, Sean?
You're right. You're right. I do have Debo as my highest ranked guy right now. But as looking at my team, there's a lot of risk already, and I'd rather go with someone a little bit safer. So I'm going to take DJ Chark.
Wow. Low Kev with Judy over Sutton.
Judy over Sutton. A lot of people are high on Judy this year.
I don't know.
I feel
Vince
like
predicting my pick in the chat before I picked it. He knew I was taking DJ Chark. That's my guy. I'll take him as my wide receiver 4 all day, every day at that ADP.
the solid wide receiver 4, if I do say so.
Yep, exactly. Yeah. All right, Q, you're coming up next. What are you thinking? What are you looking at? What are you
I
targeting?
don't know. I feel like I need some running back depth with only Aaron Jones and Gaskin.
Yeah, you definitely need another running back there. Q, what about Aaron Jones backup? That's your guy.
I don't need him
You
yet.
said he was going to get more touchdowns than
Yeah, you did.
Yeah, but there's guys that have a better floor here that I can take right now, such as Damian Harris and Ronald Jones.
You don't want Damian Harris.
Ronald Jones or Melvin Gordon, maybe.
That's more like it.
I'm still surprised that Fournette's being taken over Jones.
Yeah, I don't agree with that at
And
all.
our
think
NFC
it's the
South
name, man.
podcast was a couple weeks ago, and I guess ADP hasn't changed.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's still very similar. I can check right now.
Wait,
See
what
where
am I
both of them are.
talking about? Oh,
Schultz is the
Uh,
biggest Noah Fant stain of all time.
Yeah, currently it's
Noah Fant's
closed a little bit.
disgusting.
Leonard Fournette's being drafted as RB30. Ronald Jones is being drafted as RB33.
so I
it's closed
lied.
a little bit. Maybe they're listening.
I lied, and I took his teammate Cortland Sutton because
He's getting value there.
he looked good on his last preseason game.
Oh, there goes Debo.
There he goes. What a great pick by
Sorry.
Vince. Debo as your wide receiver 3 is not a bad spot to grab him. But
For
like I
3
said,
weeks.
we all know the risk. It's baked into his ADP. If he fell back to me again, I definitely would have taken him. But I think I needed a safer pick there.
Injured his
even-
leg every single year ever.
I know that's the risk there. But the talent is there. The upside is there if he's able to put it together for a season.
The biggest
tight.
if ever.
Oh my goodness. Vince very much dislikes the tight end position, and so does Q.
So let me go back and take my guy, Melvin Criminal Gordon.
That's not a tight end.
Not a
yeah.
tight end, silly.
I didn't say I was taking a tight end.
I know.
You said I should take a tight end,
You
or I
should.
hate them.
You do hate them.
You know, who's still available?
They're still good tight
Tim
ends still
Tebow.
there.
I'm really hoping
Tim
Logan
Tebow's
Thomas
not
falls
even on
back to
the
me.
team. Sorry, Sean.
Nah, I'm really hoping Logan Thomas falls back to me. At this point, Logan Thomas in the 8th. I don't have a tight end or quarterback yet, so I'd like to lock up one of those positions.
You
Not
like
worried
Logan
about
Thomas
quarterback.
the most there?
Yeah, Logan Thomas is probably the guy I'm taking here. I also like Tunyon though, so I'm torn on that one. I do have Tunyon ranked slightly higher. You know what? I'm going to take Tunyon. I'm going to stick to my word. I'm going to take Tunyon. Catching
There you
passes
go.
from Aaron Rodgers.
Let's
How
just
do you
try
feel
not-
about
10
that,
plus
Matt?
touchdown upside.
I like that pick. That's good value right there.
You guys does not like that.
He's a
take.
red zone machine.
Why do you think I hate Tunyon? I don't hate Tunyon.
You had the one hot take. I think you said he'd finish outside top 10 or something.
It doesn't
Finishes
mean I
below
hate him.
ADP, I think he said.
Oh yeah, something like that. I like Tunyon this year.
I like Tunyon
I'd take him in the 8th.
Yeah, for sure.
I'll tell you, I would have taken him before Fant.
Yeah. I'd agree with that too.
I would have taken Logan Thomas and Tunyon over Fant.
Me too.
And there goes Lil Kev sniping the shit out of me. Lovely. All right.
Happens.
So,
Damian Harris is a great pick there.
Switch up. Yeah, it is. Great pick, Kev. Yeah. None of these running backs look very epic. Oh, there's one. I don't know if I want him, though. Naeem Hines looks nice.
We know Matt doesn't like Kenyon Drake here.
I didn't even look at his name. I need another wide receiver. I like Brandon Cooks. Jarvis still there. Rock solid.
Rock solid consistency. Unless you're looking for upside.
This is tough.
And
This is
then Will
very
Fuller's
tough.
still there too.
That's what I was thinking. I like Will Fuller a lot.
This was a real draft. You guys would be so mad right now.
I'd be sweating.
Definitely do not name drop if you're
don't.
doing a real draft.
But
because
I
someone
would
could always be
take
targeting
Fuller
next.
there.
Yeah, you get punched in the face.
You do.
Solely based off recent news that Miami is the new front runners to get Desean Watson. And if he only misses a portion of the season come fantasy playoff time, he hops in that lineup and he's got his old wide receiver 1 there.
That would be spicy.
That would be
very spicy.
crazy.
Fuller would easily be top 15 with
No doubt
top
in
10
my
upside.
Well, did you see that Watson said he would use his trade clause to knock him to Philly? He doesn't want to come here.
Oh wow, did not see that.
All right,
You guys, what do you think?
I definitely need another running back because
Only got Kareem.
only
That's
got
your second one.
Kareem, and I have Odell, so that kind of like I hate stacking
You thinking of someone
Browns players. I don't always hate stacking teammates, but the Browns a little sus. I believe in this man, Zach Moss. I really do. I really think he's gonna end up being the RB1.
He looked good yesterday or
Yeah.
Saturday's game.
You grab another
I
running
really
back too,
believe
or
in
you
him.
thinking switching back to wide receiver?
I think I'm going to go back to receiver, and I'm going to go back to the only good player.
Jarvis Landry.
No, I can't do that. That would be
That would be 3
Browns.
Browns.
He already has OBJ.
This man is just going to be fed because there's no one else to give the ball to. Brandon
Let's
Cooks.
go.
Brandon Cooks.
He's going to be solid. I don't care who's throwing
Having
the
a
ball.
wide receiver 1 on a bad team is a good thing sometimes.
Yeah, we
Yeah.
take those.
The only knock on him is Tyrod Taylor at QB, but he's still got to throw it to somebody. So
Alrighty.
It's not like he doesn't know how to play football. Like he knows how to throw the ball. It'll be all right.
This point in the draft, I'm starting to think of my RB4, and this is someone that everybody here is pretty high on.
So are
I'm
we
gonna-
doing only 10 rounds?
yep. So we're gonna get through the 10th round here, and then cut it. We don't need to get into all of our deep sleepers and bench
Yeah.
depth here. We've all talked a ton about all the guys we like throughout all of our episodes. So at this point, it's kind of just filling out whatever you would continue to do over the next 2 rounds, and then we'll wrap it up for the mock draft here. So at this point, I'm hoping for, honestly, I think I might go QB. I might be the only team without a QB at this point. I am, I think. Yeah, I'm the only QB team. Nope. Guy right before me needs a QB still. So I really hope.
Oh,
he
everybody
does
gets sniped
not-
again, dude.
And he said that you're going to get scummed. He already foreshadowed
He
it.
said scumming me on this pick. I really want Ryan Tannehill, probably, if the guys are out there right now.
Yeah,
But I'm really not upset if I get stuck with Jalen Hurts. Jalen Hurts would be my next guy there. So yep, Ryan Tannehill goes right before me. I respect it. I'm gonna take
That's-
Jalen Hurts though. If I'm the last person to take QB, I'll take Jalen Hurts all day, and then I'll stack him with another safer QB just in case. We saw the upside he could have. I mean, in his last 4 games of last season, he averaged like 21 fantasy points per game. In Lamar's last 4 games before he was MVP, only averaged 19 fantasy points per game, and then blew up the next season as an elite running quarterback. Jalen Hurts is probably not Lamar Jackson, but I think he's got the upside to at least be top 10.
It's crazy that like maybe a year or two ago, Tannehill and Stafford are guys you can just pick up last round, and now you have Stafford going and ahead of, I mean, maybe not ahead of some guys, but a lot earlier than what we're used to. So I might as well take a tight end and finish well-rounded team. Go with my other guy, not my main guy, but one guy, Mike Gesicki.
Gesicki.
Matt thought it was going to be the Gronk.
I did. I was expecting the Gronk.
Hugh does love Gesicki too. Those are both of his guys, no doubt. What are you finishing your draft off here with, Hugh?
Gronk.
I was about to say, you're just going to grab both again?
This one's for you, baby.
There it is.
Gronk,
I knew it was coming sooner or later.
That's so gross.
Yeah, that's a very odd tight end choice. Vince looks like he did not see the Irv Smith news and took Irv Smith round.
Silly goose.
So that's a tough break for him.
He would be in for a rude awakening.
We'd be roasting him at the draft right now.
That would be hilarious. Tom, what you hoping to get
wasn't
here?
it like, didn't someone take a kicker last year that wasn't even rostered?
Yeah,
Joey
Schultz
Sly.
did.
I told him to take him by accident.
All right, so I got 1 pick left. I got my quarterback. I got my tight end. I got 4 wide receivers and 3 running backs. So I'm definitely looking to just continue to add to that depth. Matt, unfortunately, already took Nyheim Hines, and Jamal Williams is another guy I really like to target at this point. But I do have Eckler, but it still feels a little too early to grab Eckler's handcuff. So let me just grab, let's see here. I mean, at this point, it looks like there's all just handcuffs left anyways, unless I want to take a risk on the Texans backfield, which I'm not a fan of. So I think I'm actually just going to go back to wide receiver, take my guy Darnell Mooney. At this point, go for some upside. Wide receiver 5. He could easily be solid this year, especially Justin Fields at QB when he comes in over Andy Dalton. I like him a lot in that offense.
The best rookie name might be Chuba Hubbard.
That's a very good name.
Chuba Hubbard.
There is a player on the Saints. I forget his last name, but his full name, I believe, is Lil Jordan Howard.
Oh, I did see that.
Or Lil Jordan something.
Lil is in his name.
Lil apostrophe Jordan.
Lil Kev needs to do that.
Yeah, real shit. All right, so here I'm going to lock up another solid old head receiver. Receiver number 18 on the year last year. I mean, he's going to get his fair share in that Jags offense. There is a lot of mouths to feed, but
I think he's number 1.
Number 1.
Ooh,
I think he's number 1 on that team.
I could see it. I don't 100% doubt it. I think Chark obviously has the longest tenure. Laviska's got upside to kind of take over that spot. But Marvin Jones has been rock solid throughout his career, so he could easily establish himself as that on that team.
Sure.
Seen him get some involvement in the preseason too already. So, all right, one more pick before T God's last pick.
Come on, Gat.
What are you looking for? Another running back?
I know. I am not looking for another running back. I am looking. Oh my God, I should look for another running back though, but it's so hard for me to pass up on Russell Gage. It's so hard for me to pass up on Russell Gage.
Yeah.
Okay, well, technically, I would be taking 2 picks here. Russell Gage would 100% be one of them.
Mm-hmm. And you probably grab another running back too.
And then I'd probably take J.D. McKissick.
I like it.
All right, let me make sure this draft is all wrapped up after T Gods makes this pick.
You spent all that time to pick Trey Lance.
I'll take J.D. McKissick.
Yeah, drafting backup quarterback in a mock.
All right.
Takes J.D. McKissick to finish off the draft.
There it is,
going to take Russell Gage at 11-1. That's the first mock draft of the season for us live. I think next year we'll probably do a couple just so we can get some more fans in and whatnot like that. But at this point, I do think that's a wrap for the mock draft. Q, did you have any trivia for us tonight?
No.
Saving it for next pod.
Yeah.
Wow.
We got to keep our brains fresh.
Yeah, we got to keep them fresh. We need to break every once in a while.
Okay. How many years in a row did Antonio Brown finish wide receiver 1?
0.
4.
2.
2.
Oh shit, I forgot
James.
Matt.
I did well. I was right.
Well, yes, it doesn't count.
Easily
Alright.
doesn't count.
All right. Anyways, we'll get
Said
some.
it at the same time.
Whatever. It wasn't
Whatever.
official.
In my
Pull
heart,
that
I'm
out of
right.
his back pocket.
All I can
Gee.
say is I hope I don't get one. I don't want first overall.
Oh,
I
not
don't
happy
like
with the team.
I
Ooh,
hate my
doesn't
team
like
so
it.
much.
Yeah, I mean Kareem Hunt is a little bit tough to have as your RB2. Obviously, he was the best pick there, but waiting till 5-1 hurts. But then you
That's
also
why you
don't
do
want to.
mocks. This
you
is
don't
why
wanna-
you do mocks, people.
It's tough.
Mhm.
It's
And
tough.
don't do it from the same position unless
Yeah.
you already know your
Yeah,
position.
right.
Yeah, I'm pretty happy with my team how it turned out. I like Eckler. I like Swift. Hopkins and Evans is a wide receiver too. Got enough depth for my flex. Jalen Hurts, QB, can't hurt. Tunyon. I like it. That's what I usually do. Wait on quarterback, tight end, grab somebody solid. But obviously, I'd rather get one of those elite tight ends if they were there. If Kittle or Waller fell to me at 3-7, there was no doubt I was taking one of them. Q, Matt, what do you guys think of your team? as
If
a
I
whole?
could have made one change,
I like
definitely
my
would have
team.
been to, instead of taking Sutton, take Corey Davis. I think I could have had him.
Ooh, Q's really high on Corey Davis this year.
Why, like Matt said, take a wide receiver 1 on a bad team, and Jets might not even be that bad, but he's definitely gonna have. He looked good last year. He's improving each year. So
Yeah.
breakout incoming or already coming.
Matt,
I like
what do you-
my team. I think it's very balanced. I love my running backs, of course. I think I still have top 5% potential at the quarterback and the tight end position with Russell Wilson and Mark Andrews. Receiver, I'm not as high on, but I mean, I like the guys I have. I think they can definitely produce even in their new situations on their new teams. So, I mean, that's why you do mocks. You just got to get a feel for where you're at and who's there.
Yep, definitely. All right, that's a wrap for this episode. We will be back again later this week with our preseason award show.
Ooh,
So
baby.
make sure you are there for that because that's going to be a spicy episode. We'll get that going. That's going to be a fun one. And we'll also be back early next week with our week 1 preview before the first game. So definitely stay tuned for both of those episodes. But make sure you're also following us on Twitter at SuperFB Podcast and on Instagram at Super Fantasy Podcast. Throw us a follow if you're here with us on Twitch and subscribe on YouTube for even more content. All of our links are below, so follow us wherever you please to stay up to date. I think that's it, boys. We will be back soon. Peace out.